Hello, my name is Alex Stead, and I'm going to talk to you today about why I believe senior citizens should be retested for their driver's license later on in life. I believe that driving is a privilege, not a right, and it is a privilege that many of us take for granted in our day-to-day lives. You have to think about it like this. When you get behind the wheel of a car, you're not getting behind a toy or a video game. You're getting behind 4,000 pounds of mental destruction. You're getting behind 4,000 pounds that could alter your life or somebody else's. And that's an extreme task to undergo. And to ensure the safety for everyone on the road, we must make sure that we are all up to par to handle such a monstrous beast. These cars are no laughing matter, and we should take extreme caution every time we get behind the wheel of a car. There are no federal laws passed to retest senior citizens at a certain age. This leads to families making many decisions on their own, whether to take away a family member's right to drive, their keys, license, however they feel like doing it. This often leads to many family arguments and grudges, and the grandparent not being happy because it's something they've been attached to, which is very understandable, but it's also a decision that's made for the safety of hundreds of other people. I mean, there's 220 million people on the road every single day. And statistic-wise, younger drivers are more likely to be reckless drivers than senior citizens. But there are many fines and rules to try to curb a lot of these reckless decisions, like using a cell phone while driving, or driving under the influence, or just plain speeding. There are tickets and jail time that scare drivers away from doing these types of things, and it keeps the roadways safe. Insurance company base their rates on statistics they gather from drivers all around the globe. They have concluded that drivers from the ages of 16 to 24 drive far more recklessly and get into more accidents. The main argument for not retesting senior citizens for their driver's license is that it is discrimination. If it's discrimination against them, then why are 10-year-olds not allowed to drive? Why are 16 to 24-year-olds having to pay more money on their insurance than someone that's 25? It comes down to basic facts. It is true that from the ages of 16 to 24, they're far more reckless, but it's also true that over time, our body starts to deteriorate. Father Time is not nice to any of us. As we grow older, our vision goes, our hearing goes, and our reaction time slow. And all of this can make us not be able to handle a car as well as we used to. We are not as safe behind the wheel as we are used to. As we grow older, lenses thicken around our pupils, and our pupils shrink. This causes us to be more susceptible to glare from the sun. Someone that is 55 years of age takes 8 times longer to recover from bright lights than someone 16 years of age. Vision is very important. You need it for depth perception, for peripheral vision, for checking how far you are away from a car, checking stop signs and traffic lights. Our hearing also goes. 75% of people over the age of 75 have some type of hearing loss. Hearing is very important on the road. You have to hear horns and sometimes sirens when you have to get out of the way. Our reaction time's slow, which causes us to maybe not react as fast as we used to. when we want to swerve out of the way for maybe a kid that ran into the road while his parent wasn't watching him. As we go older, we might not be able to stop while we could before. Many different states are taking different stances on this. But overall, 17 states don't even have any provisions at all on retesting senior citizens. Some put different tests in, like eye testing or hearing testing. But for the most part, they said they really only test when they base it off looks or demeanor of the person. When you're basing the test off of looks of a person, I believe that's more discrimination than you just setting a standard age limit. Setting a standard age limit applies to everybody, not just one. We can't just take away their licenses because people are a lot like snowflakes. No one person is the same as the next. One guy may have taken really good care of his health over time, while the other ate Wendy's every single day. So who really knows? So the fairest way is to test each and every person over the certain age, and then possibly 3 years after that. And it doesn't even have to be a normal test. It could be something just in the back parking lot of a DMV, where they have them drive through cones and have a little cardboard kid just pop out of the bushes at a random moment and see if they stop for it. But what it comes down to is public safety. And we all have to think about this, because this is the danger of our lives, our kids' lives, and our grandparents' lives.